Welcome to From the Woodshed, where we talk about all things Maine cabins, and all things Maine related. Coming to you from the Kennebec Cabin Company, home of the Maine Cabin Masters in Manchester, Maine. Open year-round, stopping for live music, delicious food, and cold beverages before or after your visit to our retail location. From the Woodshed is brought to you by Nelma. See the stamp, trust quality. Hammond Lumber Company, our building materials supplier, and Benjamin Moore, the official paint and stain supplier of the Kennebec Cabin Company. Only available at locally owned stores. We're wicked excited to get started, so let's head on in. From the Woodshed, I'm Chase Morrill. With me as always, Ryan Eldridge and Maggie Morrill.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Our guest today is Katie Doherty. She is the president and CEO of Kennebec Valley Chamber of Commerce. You can find us at KennebecCabinCompany.com, MaineCabinMasters.com, our Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Cabin Company YouTube channel. Don't forget to check out our online store, shop.KennebecCabinCompany.com. We always want to thank our sponsors and friends for making this happen. Hammond Lumber Company, the official building material supplier of Kennebec Cabin Company, Nelma, Northeast Lumber Manufacturing Association, and Benjamin Moore, the official paint and stain supplier of the Kennebec Cabin Company. Only available in locally owned stores.
He's good.
Sure.
Normally doesn't have to pick that up, but he just gave blood, so maybe he's a little lightheaded. And I look over, and maybe you could show Maggie's sweatshirt today, making Hammonds proud.
You know it.
Yeah, nice. How's it
So
going?
I watched YouTube in the morning when I eat my breakfast.
All the time at full
What do
volume.
you watch?
It's so loud.
I watch a lot of Stephen Colbert and just random stuff, but I somehow got onto the Kelsey Brothers podcast.
The Kelsey brothers.
Oh my
Travis
God!
Kelce.
Of
Yeah,
course
yeah.
you did.
It's I think there's New Heights or something, and it's two brothers sitting
pretty
there
cool.
talking. I'm like, I wonder how they do it. They're not even in the one states.
And one of them's dating someone really famous these days.
Yeah,
T Swift.
that might be how it ended up in my feed because there's no way it was for football,
right? But it's pretty cool to watch them though.
Yeah, they're funny.
I feel like my nieces and nephews like me as much when like his kids come out, his brothers come out. You used to love us that much. It was so cute.
Oh,
Get on there, see your uncle and auntie. Well, winter came fast, huh?
Too fast.
I just,
I like the snow.
yeah, it's beautiful out.
I'm just frustrated that it came down and it was so wet and heavy and so hard to plow, and then it freezes up solid.
But the back 40, the front parking lot was a dream. Brand new parking lot. Like, and I never thought about having a dog in the truck plowing. Trigger like smack. But he got it after a while.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Because my dogs don't get it. They still smack into the dashboard.
So I was like all proud of myself. I'm like, I'm not gonna plow it at my house. So I didn't put my plow the night before, and then I forgot I got tenants. I got to at least plow the road a little bit. I texted like I'm just gonna lightly plow, and I went really slow, which is easy for me not to mess the road up.
Yeah, but it was a messy one.
And then it freezes, and then it's frozen. It's beautiful right now, and then it's gonna be 50 this weekend and make a mess.
Yeah, there's still snow like on the trees, on everything.
It's really pretty out right now.
No, it's
It is.
beautiful.
Yeah,
It hasn't been warm enough to have that slash in it. Like a lot of times snowstorms are beautiful, and it turns to brown mess after that.
It stayed very white and
And cold. Like everything just froze over last night. I got to the job site today. I had a coffee, set it on the hood, went inside for like 20 minutes, it was frozen.
it's all right.
Yeah.
That's good.
I don't mind it.
No, not at all.
I've been talking to the guys and asking like, I would personally take 20 sunny and no wind. I'm fine with that. And no humidity, like over 95 and 100% humidity.
Yeah.
Just because I'm a faucet.
See, that's like Dad wants to move to like.
He
what
loves
was
it.
The state was Louisiana. You said that was your choice if
Yeah.
you could move anywhere.
You know what I feel
It's
really
crazy.
You know what I feel really good about myself? When it's a hot day and I sweat all summer long and I look over and your dad's actually sweating. I'm like, yes. The skinny guys are sweating and the people that don't sweat are sweating. Heck with you guys. This is how it feels. You won't understand, Maggie. Come on.
Is your Christmas shopping done?
I'm waiting on Fletcher on a couple things.
Nice.
Ashley's done.
Nice.
She doesn't watch this podcast, so I'll tell you what I got her.
No, you can't do that. Somebody will tell her.
Yeah, I got a couple of good things. And yeah, I'm not much of a shopper.
No. Is yours done, Maggie?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
I think it's really cool though, like how your kids shop with each other. Like you guys put time and effort into it. Like last year we were all home for Christmas. We came out. I thought it was really cool that you guys put effort in it, and like you're not just little jerks to each other. Like no matter what, if you're mad at you guys put effort. You guys really think about the stuff, and that makes me a really proud uncle.
They are great.
Yeah, it's
gift
really
givers. They really are.
And then your uncle just gives you $100 bill every time. Like, and that makes me feel bad. Like, come on, be creative.
Whatever.
It's
That's
okay.
probably their favorite gifts of all.
Well, they used to, but now they tell Ashley like what they want. Like it's fun, and Ashley loves it.
Well, Ashley sort of makes us. We don't really have a choice.
But there's Amazon, there's packages in the house every day. I'm like, what's this? Oh, it's for the nieces. Oh,
Did
what's
you
this?
hear what Ashley's present to my mother is?
Oh God, do I want to know?
No, it was she's doing all of me and Peggy's
Yes.
Christmas shopping for her.
So Ashley's present to my mother is Ashley buying all the gifts online for my mother.
Because she's not good at online shopping. She always makes someone else do it.
I'm like, why didn't she offer that to me?
Good God love it. Maybe Peggy's been trying to figure out the Google Calendar for 10 years now. She finally solved the problem.
My Aunt Sarah was working in the store yesterday,
Oh, God.
and so we had a silent auction at Thanksgiving to raise funds, and so they have some money. And they're like, "Well, we want a ham and a roast beef for Christmas because we're having it at the Lad
Yeah.
Center." I'm like, "Okay." So I called Christy. I'm like, "Can I order a ham and a roast beef?" She's like, "Yep." How big do you want them? I'm like,
Big.
"Yeah." I'm like, "I don't know. It's the biggest you got." And she. So we're getting ham and a roast beef from Manchester Meat. So it's been ordered. We'll be ready. Now we just got to find somebody to cook them.
So back to that auction on Thanksgiving. I think Maggie might have heard this. Well, so the Morrills love stuff like that. You guys do, and you love it. We do. I love that about you. I really do. A couple times, like we did a swap, and I ended up like a $2 pill, and it made me mad because I actually like put some money in something. And so now I just know just to go away. Don't get involved in it. And Ash comes to me, "Can I have some money?" Okay. And she's all excited. So she had to buy a dehumidifier. And it's her money too, but she's always like, "Oh, well, it's brand new. It's in a box." I'm like, "It's not. It's not." And I did it. I kept my mouth shut. She had all this stuff. Okay. It was so perfect. So she's sick, and I go to get the dehumidifier. I pull it out. It smells like mold. It's got no filter in it. And I go, "Ashley, here's your dehumidifier." She goes, "It's missing a filter." She goes, "What do you mean?" I go,
Just put paper towel
and it
over
smells
it.
like mold. She goes, "It's not new." I go, "Are you serious?" I go, "No, I could have told you that." And she goes, "Who saves the box?" or something like this. I go, "Morrill." And she was so mad, and I was so happy. And she spent $30 on it. It was so awesome.
But it was for a good cause.
Oh, no, it all goes for good talk.
For a ham and a roast beef.
And tell me about, so explain to us about the dime thing, because I have a dime jar by my laundry, and I fill it up all the time.
So dimes remind us of my grandmother.
Yeah, okay.
Don't know exactly why. I kind of like crows.
Yeah,
Like
and your dad, yeah.
If you find a random dime, or maybe she used to find, I don't know. But so they gave out jars. The family gave out jars, and you find
year,
a dime,
yeah.
or you put all your dimes in it, and then once a year everybody gets together, brings their dimes, and if you have a good story about where you found a dime, you share it.
Laundry.
And
yeah.
then all the money gets donated to different charities.
Ooh.
And this year, I think there's some of the money is going to the Margaret Morrill Scholarship up to UMO.
And nice. And so there's something very interesting about Margaret Morrill that even I know.
Yep, she was the first female engineering graduate.
I never met her, but she sounded like she was a badass. She was.
So yeah, there was a scholarship started in her name, and money gets donated
That's
to that.
awesome.
And then I guess there's also, oh shoot, I just read it. Some other Margaret Morrill started another charity where it is
This one?
Nope,
Not me.
it's a catwalk. What are those?
On the catwalk.
Runway for Hope.
Oh, like a fashion show.
Fashion show. Thank you.
What?
For cats?
No,
What?
it's for breast cancer survivors.
Oh, cool.
They do a fashion show
A
with
relative of
Margaret
ours?
Morrill.
But like an actual relative,
Yeah.
not just someone named Margaret Morrill.
Yeah,
There's so many of you guys, and you're all related.
there's a lot of Margaret.
You'll
Morrill.
always
I
have
know
a lot
there's
of
like a
morals,
baby
though.
Margaret Morrill.
Yeah. But so some of the money went to that charity as well. They do a fashion show with
Where?
dresses for breast cancer survivors.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
fun.
know, but it's
Pretty cool.
That's cool.
what did you call it?
What's that?
A fashion show?
Fashion show? No, I can't remember.
What?
We'll put the link. I can't remember the name of the charity,
Oh,
but
okay.
we'll put the link to it on the website or something.
Yeah, and if you want to save your dimes next year,
But
bring
it's
them
it's
on
right
in this
here
time of
Maine.
year, and we'll put them to good use.
Yeah.
Well, your morals are good. You guys have good morals too. I'll tell you that. Well, anyways, we'll take a short break, and we're going to see you guys after this video, and we'll still have great morals.
Kennebec Cabin Company is the home of the hit television show Maine Cabin Masters. We feature unique items from Maine artists and craftspeople, as well as a full line of Cabin Masters logo wear and merchandise. Located just west of Augusta and open 7 days a week during the summer, come on by for all your gifts and gear. It's destination retail in central Maine. Visit us online at KennebecCabinCompany.com.
Ready?
Yes.
Well, that was another great video. Today we have Katie Doherty, President and CEO of the Kennebec Valley Chamber of Commerce. First question is water, coffee, or beer?
Ooh, beer.
Great, because today's segment is brought to us by Allagash. So today, you and I are going to try this Peach Hop Reach IPA.
Perfect.
And our good buddy Chase here just gave blood, so he's going to go with a root beer. And Maggie, what would you like over there?
I'm okay.
She's fine. Yeah, Allagash. I love the cans lately. The art on the cans is so phenomenal. Another cool thing about Maine, beer can art, right? Cheers.
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 So Katie, tell us about yourself. What's going on?
Well, let's see. I've been with the chamber since 2015, president since 2017. So we've got a lot going on in the area.
How many members in the Kennebec Valley Chamber?
Just under 700. So we cover 23 communities. So we're all the lower Kennebec County. So we've got a lot going on, housed right here in Augusta.
And you were just saying during the video over there that most of our sponsors are members, correct?
Yeah. Well, that's what we love about you guys. You're keeping everything right here in the region. You're bringing tons of people to the region. You guys are doing great stuff.
I think Nelma should take that and move up here from Yarmouth.
Let me know. I'll give them a call.
Just kidding, guys.
We got space in Monmouth.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Are you from Maine?
I am. Grew up in the Waterville area, went to Thomas College. My husband and I we met at Thomas, and then I moved down to Brunswick for a little bit to live with him, and then we moved up here, and now we live in South Gardner.
South G.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm in West G.
We love it.
Yeah.
It's great.
Is there a North G?
No, but
There's West G.
yeah, there's West G. But a couple of guys from the production company, they're being funny. Like, yeah, let's go to East G or North G today.
I guess East G would be Randolph.
Yeah, yeah. But
I didn't know there was a South Gardner. I was like, yeah, we're moving to Gardner, and the locals were like, that is South Gardner, and
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
very particular. Yeah.
Well, because the difference between South Gardner and West Gardner is you have your own post office.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, is it still 04345?
Yeah. No.
043.
5'9".
Oh, see, yep, you're different.
Yeah. It's only like a half a mile of range, though.
Right?
Doesn't make sense.
Still
to
big,
me.
still bigger than East Gardner Randolph. That's like the smallest city in the state by footprint. We have a Thomas College attendee on our summer team. My nephew Corbin goes there now.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
It's great.
Is he a junior now?
No.
He's a junior. Yeah, next year's a senior year.
That's awesome.
No.
Yeah, and
You sure?
I swear to God, and right, I might do an internship next year. I don't know if I'm coming back.
Mm.
But he's gonna be back to work for us the next couple weeks over break.
Well, if he needs help placing for an internship, you let me know.
Perfect.
Yeah. What's he interning in? Not to
He's a-
change the
he's-
subject on KV Chamber, but
He's going to a construction company down the road.
all right.
how to drive to Hatch Hill without denting a truck. God love it.
So where is the KV Chamber located?
So right now we're in Augusta, right on Western Ave, but in a couple weeks we're actually moving to Hollowell.
Really?
Yeah,
exciting.
So we're really excited. We're growing out of our space, better parking. We can do events right on site and stuff like that. So it'll be good for us.
Where in Hollowell?
Right up on 2nd Street, the old PUC building.
Oh yeah, right there. Yeah,
Yeah.
the white building on the corner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I got my laser therapy. On my
Gotcha.
yeah,
They
my
got
friend, our friend's in the basement. She does
Yeah.
really cool therapy stuff.
Yeah. We're excited.
Firefly light therapy.
Nice. So tell us about the chamber and what you guys do
Yeah.
to promote businesses all?
Yeah. So our mission is to promote the local economy, the businesses here, growing, sustaining, retaining all the businesses. So we're a staff of 5. It's me and 4 other people. So we're small but mighty, cover the whole region, and we do a lot of annual events, big events, a lot of monthly events, women's luncheons, after hours. We do probably 2 or 3 ribbon cuttings a week, which is great, promoting, the local economy growing. Some of our bigger events, we do a golf tournament, a Kenny Awards, which we'll talk about in a little bit. We are the ones who brought the contract of Ironman to town. So
That's so awesome.
yeah. So that the first year was in 2022, and we have a contract extended until 2027. So
That's just amazing, and it's another just symbol of like what's going on around here. Like, and do you ever think you'd say that Ironman's coming to Augusta?
yeah,
And they were running through West Sky to Maine. I'm like, I've seen it all now. Like, and it's just amazing.
1,800 athletes from 47 states, 28 countries, and we just got our economic report. It was $4.9 million
In the local economy.
into the local economy. Sold out all the hotels. The restaurants had their biggest sales ever. It was huge.
That's
That is
amazing.
huge.
Go
Yeah.
Kennebec County.
Woo woo.
And it's going to keep going, right?
Yep, till 2027.
2027.
Yeah, we extended. They've never extended so far in advance. We were only in our first contract for 3 years, and after year 1, they were like, "We want to stay."
Central Maine is up, and I mean,
Yeah.
it's really the place to be these days.
Yeah.
We joke about it a lot, but we've said like, we tell the story. We all left, went out west, never coming back, and now we're all here and happy to be here, and just never thought we'd see all the energy and the new restaurants and the younger people staying here.
Well, the funny thing is the locals, when they heard that Ironman was coming to town, and part of it's a swim, bike, run, it's swimming in the Kennebec River, and the locals were like, "No, they're not swimming in the river. They don't know what that's like." But it's totally different from when it was back in the day when the mill was
Right.
there and the dam's gone and everything like that. So we actually won the fastest swim in the whole country
Yeah.
for Ironman, and it's right in the Kennebec River. It's pretty awesome.
They probably thought like some scrap guy was coming from down south. Iron Man's coming.
They were really worried about the sturgeons jumping out.
Well, that's understandable.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
That is understandable.
I can't imagine the logistics that go into that. Is a lot of volunteer help, or
800 volunteers this past year. So
that's probably the biggest event, one of the biggest events in Kennebec.
Oh, it
in a
is,
long
yeah.
time.
So is it all of Kennebec?
Lower Kennebec County.
Lower Kennebec
yep.
County.
So we go up to like Sydney's our line, and then we go all the way down to Gardner, Richmond, stuff,
Gotcha.
out to like Fayette, Monmouth,
Yeah.
Randolph, Pittston. East, west, north, south.
We won't throw any shade at Northern Kennebec County. We love our northern members.
Hey, I grew up there.
Right. So as what are some of the benefits for a local business to be a member?
Yeah, well, part of that network of over 700 members, a lot of resource that we can get. So a lot of our networking events, we can connect to with a lot of people, but also we do a lot of webinars, educational series. We have a small business resource team. So if you have a small business, entrepreneur, don't actually have staff to do stuff, we can help with marketing plans, business plans, anything like that too. So we work a lot with SBA, SCORE, all free workshops for members.
And SBA and SCORE are 2 programs in Maine that really help out small business. They'll help you with your business plans.
Yep.
How to get funding. I went to them a couple of times when I had a dream of getting a restaurant a long time ago.
Yeah.
I should have learned my lesson back then.
Yeah. So if people are looking to start a business, they can reach out to us, or if they need help with connections on the next step, how to grow, anything like that.
We should have thought about this years ago.
We should have been your first call.
Oh God, as you know, in our world, things just happen so fast.
Yeah.
Like, it just
Yes.
we're working harder than we ever have, and it's just like, oh my God, we're here. And then you look back, oh my God, it's been a year later, and then I just the Woodshed has only been there for 2 or 3 years now. Like, wow, it's crazy. We've been at Monmouth for it's happened so fast. It's when you look back, it's crazy to think.
Yeah.
But we didn't really get a chance to slow down or ask for help or any of that. It's like just hold on, and luckily friends, family, and the community's really helped us.
Well, part of that. So one of our bigger events that we do is the Kenny Awards. We hold it at the Civic Center with 1,200 people. We give out 13 different awards. And you guys this year were one of our winners for the Special Service Award because you guys do amazing things of attracting tourism to the area, the local economy. So thank you guys.
Well, thank
and
you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're looking forward to celebrating you guys.
Yes, that's awesome.
Nice.
Who would have thought, Chase? Like the Woodshed, like we when we saw this property, it was meant to be, but we bought it, and it's like literally the middle of our wheel, spoke. You know, Dixie's 15 minutes that way, Jason's 15 minutes
Yeah.
that way, Ashley 15 minutes that way, and Jenny's 50 minutes that way. And we didn't really think about how close we were to the interstate and how much of a draw it was going to be.
I love driving by and seeing people taking selfies with your signs and all of that. You guys are, yeah, it's great.
It's crazy.
It
Yeah,
is.
never in a million years we think that.
Yeah, and it's also just we, you know, again, like you were saying, it's if we had thought about this going into it, we would have, you know, reached out for more help or something like that. But just, you know, looking back, we can definitely see the benefit of it. And being in this area, I don't think we really, you know, again, we're in Manchester, small community, but it's part of the bigger community. And I think that's what's great about the chamber, is that it does connect you with, because Maine is a lot of small towns, but it's a small town state.
Yeah.
And that really shows how, you know, pulls people together and shows, you know, the connection and everything like that.
Yeah.
I think that's great what you guys do. And
Thank you.
yeah.
So can you guys give us any insight in how you've seen things change in the last, you know, since you've been there with numbers, like businesses opening up and people living here and stuff like that?
Well, it's hard because we had those, you know, years of before COVID and after
Yeah.
COVID. We have grown as a chamber and as a region with businesses. I think our number was like 32% of growth from the last couple of years, because now we're finally back to normal. Businesses are opening back up. We're still struggling with, you know, workforce and childcare and all of that stuff and housing. But businesses are getting creative and entrepreneurs are coming out and they're starting their own businesses, and it's been really great energy.
Do you work with a lot of entrepreneurs and like single business owners? Like
Yeah.
how small of a company do you?
Yeah, so a single sole proprietor can join the chamber at one person. So our biggest percentage of membership is actually businesses smaller than 15 employees.
Really?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. And so we have, you know, larger employees, but they're statewide employees, or, you know, we have the great hub of, you know, CMP and Maine General and stuff like that in our region, but it's a lot smaller businesses.
That's true, because there are a lot of larger businesses in the Kennebec Valley area
Yeah,
as well.
because of the capital.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And NRF, there's quite
There's
a
some,
few.
you know, there's some big business you think about to be proud of, like NRF, EJP, you know, like that have like started from small central Maine people that have gone a long ways.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting to see.
Nationwide. Yeah.
Where are things headed with the KV chamber?
Well, we're excited with the move. We hired on a 5th person, so we're growing staff-wise because of the need. We've split some roles, and we can have events in-house, which will be nice, so we can offer more resources for our members. So we're going to continue just to grow and listen to what our members need, and whatever resources, webinars, anything they need, we'll help with and assist. And I mean, we have a great region, as you guys know, so whatever they need, we'll continue to grow with them.
Now, what'd you do before this, like from college to transition to
Yeah. So after Thomas, I worked in retail for a little bit while college, and then I switched over to operational management. And then I was actually a student advisor at a college, and then took the leadership program that the chamber puts on in my previous job. And I graduated from Kennebec Leadership Institute, and then I started to get involved with the chamber, and then there was a job, and it just worked out perfect. So I worked for a year and a half at the chamber doing the events and programs before I got promoted up to the president and CEO role.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then we heard that you also worked with different boards and committees in the past and still currently. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So as you can imagine, I have a big network within the state, but also a lot of resources. So I sit on the New England Chamber of Commerce Executives. I'm the chair this year. I sit on the Maine State Chamber Board and also the Maine Association of Chamber of Commerce. So just a huge network to get more resources to see what's, you know, new and going and what we can bring to our region. And then the community support. So I sit on 26 boards and committees.
Wow.
Yeah. But that's my job, is to be out and about and know what's going on. So it could be from the United Way to the Boys and Girls Club to, you know, anything with DECD and economic development and central, you know, everything.
Well, thank you, because it's people like you that really help with this as much.
Yeah. Thank you.
We just took off with a little TV show Lock, but there's a lot of people that have done a lot as well. So yeah, it's pretty.
Well,
it's
people
pretty
like
neat.
you make my jobs easier.
Thanks.
You know what I mean? You help bring the people here.
We try our best. We try our best.
Oh, today they had a Blueberry Broadcasting Christmas party.
Oh yeah.
So I stuck down for a little bit. Ashley came in. They were having fun.
Good.
There was some characters here. All the guys from TOS and
Oh nice.
Ryan Brian, Cody, his voice has been around forever. And
Mhm.
yeah, it was fun. Just seeing stuff like that around, you never thought you'd see that. So,
Yeah.
people would have to go to the big city to have, fun Christmas parties like that. But people coming here, there was a couple, when I walked in, I thought they assumed they were with the party. 2 different couples that come up for mass today. Yeah. One mother and daughter came up, just have lunch, and now going to Portland.
Yep.
And they wanted to find out watch the Bruins. So Jay hooked them up. Another couple came up, and then they were going to Gardens of Glow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot going on around here.
There is.
Yes. Now, do you find that there's certain times of year that are busier for you than others?
So the last couple of years, summer tourism, we've been trying to push that because, of course, if we can get more people to visit our area, support the local economy, know how great our region is. So we do a Kennebec River Brew Fest in early August. So that gets people up here to see, what we have for different breweries, get people involved. Summer's busy now, especially with Ironman. And then in 2018, we hosted the Great Race, which is the antique car show.
They're coming back, aren't they?
They are. So we won the best stop in 2018. And so that was just a
Gardner,
random.
Maine got the best stop.
We did.
Downtown Gardner.
That
There
was
might have been some favoritism there.
Yeah, EJP might have had something to do with that.
Peter Prescott's
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I love him.
Yeah.
So that was a random Tuesday night. And so this year, though, they're coming into town on a Friday and they're doing day trips throughout Maine. And then we're going to have the ending stop in Gardner on Main Street. And then we're going to do a huge banquet at EJP in their new huge expansion of their garage.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So we're really excited. So that will be busier next year. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the old classic car race, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Ashley and I went down to Owl's Head for
You guys went down.
a
Yeah.
leg of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
They were in Owl's Head last time.
Yeah.
We'll have to get
Did
you in
you go with
Gardner.
us?
I was definitely there. Yeah.
Well, you'll have to come back next
Where
time.
they only have like written out directions and like
Yeah.
everything has to be
Navigate it.
timed perfectly.
So they know they're like city stops and
Yeah.
that's it. But then they get a plan that morning and it says at the second stop sign, take a right, then 200 feet, it's crazy.
We
So
could do that someday, Chase, when we retire.
Okay.
That'd be fun, right?
That
We
would
don't
be-
car.
Yeah.
I'm sure we could get you
When
guys
we
connected.
retire. What are the biggest challenges that you guys are facing these days?
Ooh, that's loaded. So it's getting the support for our members, what they need with challenging with hiring. And then they can hire, but then their employees can't find housing to move to the area or they can't find childcare. So it's that vicious cycle of trying to figure that all out. We're getting there. I think things are starting to settle down, but
How do you
I wish I had
how
a
do you do
crystal
that? Like,
ball
how
that
do you
fixed
how
it.
do you do that? How do you assist? Like,
Bring people around the table to make people more aware of what's going on and try to help those conversations and navigate the process. But that's what we're trying to figure out. But every community and it's everywhere. So
Yeah, what 60,000? We need 60,000 houses.
Yeah.
Single family homes in like 4 years or something. Like it's a lot.
and you work with a lot, not just state, but regional, like New England.
Mhm.
Are they facing the same
Mhm.
challenges as
yeah,
well?
so we're kind of like a trend of like a year or so after they are. So, what are we're
Better
gonna
late than never.
well, we let them figure out the bad stuff and then we're oh yeah, we'll just
Oh,
steal their
we
ideas.
got that too.
Yeah. So what we're going to try to, like, in 2024, bring people around the table of how can we work on homelessness and what can businesses do? How can the city help and stuff like that? Because other cities have already been dealing with that. We're slowly starting to see that in our region. And what can we do to stop it?
Yeah, it's sad, but it's Maine's. They're on it. It's gonna
Yep.
take a lot, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Another thing you never thought you'd see even 5 years ago, like the homeless issue in Maine. A lot of people that need help.
All of it. Yeah. And as far as businesses, do you see more like with the pandemic and throw that out the window, that kind of is a trend now to get bigger, bit like brick and mortar type of businesses, or is it a lot of online?
A mix. So we want businesses to move in brick and mortar. Like, we want our downtowns to be successful. We want our storefronts all full. We understand that there's that audience too that's in the area that we need to have things to do. So if they do work remotely, but we want to keep them here, then at least living here, even if they work remotely, let's give them some arts and culture. Let's give them some things to do, some great restaurants. So
And do you try and target certain types of businesses to bring in? I mean, technology, or is it just? I mean, I know obviously everybody's welcome to join the chamber, but
Yeah.
do you guys kind of have a strategic plan to be like, okay, let's get some technology sector, or does it not get that?
It doesn't really get down to that nitty gritty, but if we really see that need or that industry that we're missing and there's that gap, we'll do some outreach and we'll try to get them here. But a lot of people, we don't really need to do that much convincing or trying to get people to come here. They're coming here on their own, which is awesome.
Yeah, super duper. Now, as far as businesses coming here, what are some of the struggles? I mean, you know, obviously housing, the infrastructure, that type of stuff. But as far as different communities, like, how do you strategically work? Each community has different needs.
You see a little bit of my brain, right? It's a hard job, right?
Here, I thought it was just, let's talk about the chamber. Then you start thinking about it. It's like, oh, interesting.
Well, and so, covering 23 communities, every town from, Fayette's a lot different than Augusta.
Exactly.
But like the regional, like the corridor down the river. So you got Augusta, Hollowell, Gardner, Farmingdale in the middle. A lot of them have their own downtown associations or Main Street programs or Board of Trades. So we partner a lot with them too. So if they're boots on the ground on that Main Street all the time, what can we do as a regional support to help you guys, bring in the ribbon cutting, bring out that network, share out their information, but then they're more of that day to day too. So like it's a lot of communication and partnership with all those people.
Yeah.
I think social media too, and the infrastructure for internet's really helped too.
Yeah.
Like you see a lot of, business supporting each other, like it used to be like two restaurants that they thought they were competing, but really they're not. Like
No.
it's good business. We're going to go and have a drink with you and have an appetizer here. And,
Yeah.
It's like people are working together.
They
which is
are.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nice. So I think Maggie has a few questions lined up for you as well.
I do. All right. Are you ready?
I don't know.
I think so. Okay. First one is, how does the Kennebec Chamber of Commerce find a balance between work life and play for the community?
Wow.
What's that called in Italy? La
Well, that
Dolce Vita? No,
Pura Vida in Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. But in Italy, there's a word for it too. Work and life balance.
Work and life balance. So for our members, you're saying, or for like the region, or for like staff, or like everything in a whole?
However, you will feel like you can answer the question best.
All right. So we really try to. So we do a lot of surveys, we do a lot of touch bases, but we also see a lot of what's going around the state too. So we see what our members need. If like I said, we do a lot of partner stuff. So Gardner Main Street already has a parade or stuff like that. We're not going to do that community side event because instead we're just going to promote those people. So we see if there's a need in a certain region, and then we'll do that either fun, arts and cultural kind of thing, or the business section of like the webinars, seminars, that kind of side of stuff. Work-life balance. Has anybody got that figured out? I don't know.
We're starting to as we get older. When you approach 50, you're starting to realize mental health is important, and you need to take some time.
Well, we noticed that big shift in like during COVID, when everybody went home, a lot of the businesses after COVID, employees, which is a good thing, realized that work-life balance, and it's kind of nice being at home and going home and spending time with my family and not doing work all day and then going to an event. So it took us a little bit to figure out, okay, well, we're not going to do a breakfast in the morning because we have a lot of, entrepreneurs or single families that are, they have to either open the doors or get the kids to school. So instead we'll do like a 10 o'clock and stuff like that. So we try to just listen to our members.
That was a silver lining of the pandemic.
Yeah.
One of my favorite establishments, the Depot. I've known Steve the owner forever, and he was always open 7 days a week. And during the pandemic, he just finally had enough.
Yeah.
He couldn't do it all, and they closed down for weekend 4th of July. And if you would ask Steve 10 years ago if he would have dared to do that, he never would have.
Well, and now they're closed Mondays too.
They close Mondays.
Yeah.
So we filmed last couple Mondays ago at Gardner High School, and one of the cameramen and I were like, "Oh, let's have some dinner."
Yeah.
We went downtown. Blind Pig was closed, and which is great. You need that time, you know. Depot's closed, and then with Thirsty Pig, we ended up at the quarry.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's great that businesses can actually do that now and still survive.
Yeah, I think people realize that definitely through the pandemic.
Trying to get Chase to let me take Monday through Friday off, but not happening.
Only one you can, right?
Alrighty. Next question is, how do you balance big box stores and local small businesses in the area?
It's a happy medium. I think, of course, we're always support small, support local, but the big box stores and chains are still our members. So, and I think they all provide a need for the region and for our members. And I don't think there's anybody that's going to put, somebody out of business or anything like that. We want to support all. And we do a really good job in the region for that.
Now, do you have to, what Augusta's needs versus Fayette's needs?
Yeah. Very different.
Very different.
Yeah.
And do you have to?
Fayette doesn't need a street light or a stop sign.
The general store.
Yeah. They're going to make a mean steak and cheese.
But yeah, I mean, how do you have different approaches?
Yeah.
Obviously, but different staff members focus on different size of communities?
No, so our staff is focused more so we have a COO, we have somebody that does events and programs, we have somebody just for membership and development, and then somebody for marketing and communication. So we kind of all are in everything.
Yep.
But really it's just, if I do a one-on-one with the city manager or anybody, it's what do you need kind of a thing. So it's different too. So of course there's so much in Augusta. So we do a 7th Up program. It's they say the 7th grade is the most influential year where you start thinking about what you want to do for the rest of your life. And of course workforce is an issue, and we want people to stay here.
Look at Maggie's
I
face.
know. I didn't make the stats up. I don't know.
Fletcher's in 7th grade right now. That's scary.
Call him up and ask him. What are you going to do with your life?
You start thinking about
Right?
it. So we're starting to plant the seed that Kennebec Valley is a great place to live, work, and play and stay. So we want people to stay here.
Ooh.
So we started in 2019 taking all the 7th graders into all the local businesses so they could see what was going on right in the area. So they didn't feel like, well, if they wanted to go to college, they could still come back and know what was here. So we do all spectrums of industry, whether if you have just a high school diploma, a certificate, associates, bachelors. And so we've been doing that since 2019 in Augusta. And this was our first year. We branched out and we did it with Gardner as well. But it was funny. It's a different industry in a sense.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We have a lot that's going on here. But the families that were in Gardner, they wanted more trade businesses and more info like that. So we really just listened to what the students and what the businesses need. And we had one bus that did come to the Augusta businesses, but the other buses all did stuff just in Gardner to show them.
Interesting.
Yeah. Let me know if you guys want to get a stop.
Right?
Yeah. I think there was a
7th grade.
parade of lights in Gardner last Friday, and
Yep.
we've been working. I didn't go down, but everyone, it was amazing to see the pictures. You've been seeing it in Augusta for the Halloween stuff.
Yeah.
And the downtowns are getting packed. You wouldn't have thought that. So you guys are doing a great job.
That's awesome. Well, it's not me. It's all the downtowns too. It's all of us working.
We're all doing a
together.
great job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Way to go, Kennebec County. Any more questions?
I do have one more question on my paper. What have been the challenges or successes for the county with the Maine Cabin Masters and their businesses?
Dang.
Oh.
Truth or no, I'm just kidding.
Don't hold back.
No, it's been great. I mean, like I mentioned earlier, it is fantastic to be driving through and seeing people, the parking lot full, outside in the summertime, all your concerts. I mean, you guys are struggling finding parking and what to do. People just taking pictures. We mentioned Iron Man and we were talking to them and we were like, oh yeah, Cabin Masters are right here. And they're like, no, that's all Magnolia Network.
Right?
And I'm like, yes, but it's Cabin Masters. It's Maine. It's right here. So it's great. You guys are helping us put us on a map.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
We're proud to be a big part of it.
Yeah. Boosted the local economy for sure.
Where's your happy place in Maine?
So I live in South Gardner,
Yep.
Grew up in Central Maine, lived in Central Maine, only worked in Central Maine. This is my area. It's where my family is still. And we're not much of, going up north or anything like that. We stay here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
It's got everything you need.
It does.
Do you hear that, Maggie?
Yeah.
She's running from us.
She'll come back.
She
Oh,
will.
yeah.
They always come back.
We were in that seat a long time ago. Never coming back.
Well, Katie, thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the award. We're really, really, really excited
Hey,
about
you
that.
guys did it. You guys got nominated from the community. It just shows how much you guys are doing. We look forward to celebrating you guys.
And lastly, is our website a website or place people can find you guys?
Yeah, so just www.kennebecvalleychamber.com. We're moving to Hollowell in a couple weeks. You can just do a quick little Google search. Reach out to us. Need anything membership wise or benefit resources from businesses, anything.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we'll be back with a new segment, Back to the Basics. See what that is.
Painters love this moment. And while it might not look it, this moment too.
All right. And we are back with Back to the Basics.
Back to the basics.
Yeah. This
What
is
does that
Back
mean?
to the Back to the Future.
Sure.
This segment is Back to the Basics. I don't really know what it is, but I'm reading right now. Back to the Basics, where we answer some of the most frequently asked questions by our fans.
Obviously, we don't read these ahead of time because we would have seen that Cabin Masters influence on the Kennebec Valley.
Yes. And
All
we
right.
should answer. We should have done a little homework.
Let's have Maggie fire away. Let's do off the hip.
What? You look really confused for some reason.
Because I was reading the first one and I don't know the answer.
Yeah, but so I was telling the lady, talking to Katie before she got here about, just how people just talk to us. Like people want to send us the answers, send us the questions before. I don't want to know. I just want to, I just want to shoot from the hip.
All right, hip shooter.
Fire away.
Okay, you guys are. I don't know. You're being very weird.
Well, your
Bro.
dad's lightheaded. I'm just being normal.
I
Actually,
don't
that.
think so.
It's the
What's
root beer.
happening?
I'm getting drunk on this beer, 6.8%. Look, I grabbed a fresh glass.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna ask you the question now. When do you start filming each season?
Oh, I thought it said, when did we start filming?
Oh my god.
I think
you
2015
read?
we started filming, but
Oh.
Can you read?
don't know.
each season, in theory, it's so weird now. That's
April,
but not really because they.
but not really.
Yes. No. When it first started out, it was April, right? When we didn't do. How many years have we not filmed the winter? It's only been like 2 weeks
We always work through the winter.
because the show. That's because the shows got so popular.
Yes.
A build season in Maine starts in April, and that's how it used to start. That would be
That's when it really ramps up. So
Right.
we have a couple projects that get us through the winter, but we try and time it so those are done in April, and then we start the next round, and that's when the film crew's here so much more regularly. So
I would love to get back to the basics next year and do 3 or 4, 3 or 4, 3 or 4, 3 or 4. This year, or we've been on a run since the pandemic, we're just like 2, 1, 3, 2, 1.
yes.
Right?
Yes.
So let's do it. Here's to getting back to the basics in 24.
Back to the basics. April to December.
Okay. How many cabins do you do in total each year?
We've done as little as
Yeah, I feel like we could either
11?
give like the quick answer or the long answer.
right now. We average what? 50?
Ryan will give the long answer. I'll give the short answer.
That's just the way it is. What were we talking about the other day? Like Chase was like, I'm like, I sent an email. Like, going on about this and that, and Chase is just like, yeah, cut the tree.
You didn't answer that question.
Anyway,
At all.
so we've in 2020, season 4 was our biggest year when we were in rain. Moosehead, I think we did 22.
Yep.
Right. The Nut Camp had 3 or 4. Now I think we do 16, 18 projects.
16.
Yeah, which is a lot. And we have some side projects, general contract and stuff going on.
We realized when we did 22 that was the most, and we could never do that again.
Yeah. Some people did not recover from that, actually.
It's true. It's true.
It changed our company forever. Some in some good ways and some bad ways.
And we were traveling.
Yeah.
It was hard. But 16, I would say, is a safe number.
Okay. How do you choose which cabins/camps to work on?
Everyone knows you just put them in a big hat and pick them.
You're hilarious. It's crazy.
That's
He
laughing.
is funny.
Oh, I love you. Logistics is a big thing, right? Logistics.
Logistics, the camp needs to have that transformation because ultimately that's what it's all about for the show. It needs that before and after. A good story doesn't hurt, and it needs to be a realistic budget and amount of work we can get done in 8 to 12 weeks because that 8 to 12 weeks really it is.
That's the timeline.
Yeah. I mean, obviously we do some projects that, go over the course of summer, like something like that. But for the most part, it's 8 to 12 weeks and those cabins have to be done.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the good and bad things about the show is these people, they have a deadline and they know they're getting their camp back at that certain date, but it puts added pressure on us to get them done in that time.
Good answer. I'm not even going to comment. It's such a good answer.
Wow.
Look, we are back to the basics.
Okay. How many work teams do you have in total?
In the summer, we usually have 4 crews, maybe 3 or 4 crews, and a couple people running.
Yep. Not to mention subs.
Subs.
Francis, electricians, Doug.
I think we're up to about 30 people in the summer, but now we're down to half that.
Yep. Yeah.
But we're getting more organized. I'm seeing it, feeling it every day. Like having the new property, like even the last couple of days, like having the forklift, and we just we're painting materials inside. This really could have affected us 4 years ago. We couldn't pull the stuff off we're pulling now. We're painting stuff inside, letting it dry overnight, and then bringing it outside.
Yeah, we wouldn't have been able to do this summer if we didn't have the Knowles property.
Right.
Back 40.
Let's hope 24 goes back to the basics with Mother Nature too. She was mean to us this year.
Yep. I'll take it.
That's a short answer.
Okay. How long have you all been working together?
10 years at least.
10 years.
Maybe 11, 10 years, maybe a little bit. Yeah, 11 or 12 years. Depends when we started the Chena job.
Yep. So I recently went and spoke to a group in Wayne. They call themselves the Friday Club. And I went, and I walk it. So the Cary Memorial Library, where Maggie worked this summer, they've got a building across the street. It's an old house that they renovated. I walk into that, and they have a bunch of chairs set out in a semicircle, and then one in the front. And it was all these ladies sitting down, just waiting for me to sit down. I felt like I was.
Oh, so you weren't kidding when you said you were going to have your talk.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all. And I sit down, and these ladies just start grilling me.
Oh, Jen, you should have gone to that. We got to start videoing this. You didn't tell us for a reason.
But one of the members was Pam Chena.
Yeah.
And she was there, and it was great to talk to her because it really did all start at Pam Chena's house.
Yeah, and if people don't know the Chenas, I know Ashley and I were dating. I think she moved in, and Chase and I were becoming friends. And it's the first project that Chase brought his guys. I brought Dixie and Jedi. It's Justin, Chase, and we came together and built it. It was a hybrid timber frame. It was really cool because the Chenas were it was their dream home, and there was it's kind of the way we build. It really is. They didn't want any glues or anything, so there's no sheets of anything.
It's all real wood.
They paid us, which was amazing. I didn't realize how lucky we were to do the process looking back, but we got to hand cut every timber.
Yeah.
Like your cousin Robbie sent it to us, and we built the timber frame by hand, and they wanted that experience.
Yep.
It's pretty awesome.
Yep. She was there and a bunch of other Wayne folk. So
it was a long time ago.
Never.
Okay.
Back to the basics.
All right. And one last one. Why is the refrigerator door always backwards?
Because who really cares by that time?
100%.
By that time, it's been crazy. We're over budget. It's any homeowner can figure it out. Can do it.
Yeah, and it goes back to that time frame. We have 8 to 12 weeks, and it's always a crunch at the end.
It's not because we're mean or lazy.
Yeah, it's get it done, and if that's something that gets changed after the fact, great. If somebody needs help with us coming back and changing it, we will. But
because that's a couple things people don't realize. When you see the filming of the final touch day and you guys giving it back, we're all on the next round of camps. We've already, there's a little overlap there. So we've given that all and given all the budget, and we're on the next ones. And then I don't think anyone on our crew even realized how much you and I go back. Especially for punch list stuff.
Yes.
I mean, and sometimes, thank God to our cabin owners, in the summer, like I couldn't get back to the places for a couple months. They understand.
Yep.
We always do it right.
Yep.
But yeah, by that time, it's just you've done everything, and the fridge, like everyone has a handy buddy.
Yeah. I mean, we leave the place better than we found it if the fridge handle doesn't get turned around.
But doesn't it make people? Everyone know, it's funny the things people notice, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. That is one that people always pick up.
We will answer this question again someday. Guarantee it. Thank you for no budget questions. Thank you, Meg. That was fun.
Yep. Thrilling.
I like going back to basics. That should be our motto for 24.
Back to the basics.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yep.
Because I was in the window barn, and we have a lot of windows and doors that we need. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We got to get rid of them.
Yeah. Where we go to work on these camps that we fix up, and we can use windows that we have.
We got a project coming up with a non-picky homeowner.
Perfect. Oh, we can get rid of a bunch. All right. And we are now on to segment 5, project questions for Chase and Ryan. Is that your line?
No.
Great. Want to get involved? Maybe you should put a pitch out to get people.
Hey, well, yeah. How about, wait, I just had an idea. What about kids your age? Don't they have any questions about carpentry? Do they not want to know anything? Probably not. Oh, they definitely not going to watch podcasts. But go around, ask. You should ask all your people at school. Do you have any construction questions?
Maybe we'll have to have Rocco as a guest.
Please don't. Please don't. Do
Oh, we have to invite him to the Christmas party too.
Yeah, he was very upset that he hasn't been
Oh,
invited.
and all those kids, Schmidt. Oh God.
Yeah.
You.
What?
Well,
Okay, I'm gonna invite Rocco,
Jen, I'd like to invite you to
Corbin,
the Christmas party.
Schmitty. Who else?
22nd? I don't know what it is.
Phillips,
either.
Schmitty, Rocco.
I think it's just those 3 now. Cam had
Cam's gone.
Cam's gone.
All right.
Owen's full time.
Yeah. Yeah. What's going on with that?
No.
Oh gosh, say the word and Sarah will
yes,
set that up.
I would
so
love
that-
to.
She go down.
If you let us do that, we won't come to your college for at least the first.
So I was trying to. So
Okay.
I gave blood
That's
today.
fine.
I give blood regularly, and they were trying to set up a blood drive at Maranacook, and wondering if I would go and help support it. But maybe that would be a good way to combine the
How
two.
old do you have to be to give blood?
I think 18. Or
I guess
or
there's a
with
lot
me.
of people in my grade that are 18.
But if we did a podcast at a blood drive to
That'd be
get
kind of fun.
that, may be a good combo.
Bunch of woozy people out there. They're all they're gonna love our jokes.
Then they'll ask us questions.
That's a lot at a time.
All right. Put a pitch out there to get in some project questions.
Okay. Want to get involved? Send us your project and any other questions you might have to podcast@mainecabinmasters.com.
And if you're at Maranacook High School, just put it in Maggie's locker.
Yeah.
Do you guys have Maggie? You have lockers?
I do have a locker. Actually, you want to know who stole my locker?
Nori?
Rocco.
Rock. Oh no.
Oh.
Because we were in the same advisory at the start of the year, and I had a top locker and he had a bottom locker. And then I just went to my locker the other day and I was on the bottom. So,
But yeah, that's a good point. This is Maggie's last season,
Yeah.
possibly, until we take the show on the road. So if anybody has any Maggie questions, send them in.
We love them.
We'll screen them first and pick
For the
good
most
ones.
part.
Yeah.
Well, as good as she screens us.
All right. Do we have any project questions?
yeah, can you not see them on this paper?
Yeah, they're very small.
Okay, well, some people aren't old and
Oh
can
my
read
god,
this.
I'm gonna have to stop bringing my readers another year too.
Oh my god. I'm going to start reading it because I can read it.
Please do.
You could just sneakily make your sunglasses readers.
Right?
The fact that you're using the term readers is really, really upsetting.
Yeah, to us. Yeah.
This is a project question from Parker. I'm living in a house built in the 1960s. The kitchen has a primitive system for the drawers and in the lower cabinets under the countertops. There is no proper hardware, just a single wooden rail centered underneath. It works okay, but sprinkles wood dust when used. Any recommendation on retrofitting these old systems?
Yeah, take those out, put slides on it.
Yeah.
Right?
It really wouldn't be that hard to get some decent slides. I think, not knowing, well, a quick way to solve the issue is beeswax or soap, in the interim.
Oh.
You could put some beeswax or some soap on the slide in the groove. That will help cut down on sawdust because
I think I'd rather have sawdust on my oatmeal than soap.
well, that's why beeswax. is good.
Beeswax.
Yeah. But then you may have to.
So they're gonna slide. Because there's no really spot.
They're built in.
You'd have to like router out a groove and then put him.
Yeah. Or build new drawers.
But there might be a spot, where your faceplate is and your face frames. There might be a spot on the side where you could put a rail.
My suggestion, it depends on how in depth you want to get. Save the front, get rid of the drawer, get new drawers built, attach that front, and then you can have some room to put rails on the side. Right?
Right, it'll look the same.
It'll look the same from the front, but you get nice hardware in there. You can, if you can build the boxes yourself, great. If you have to get them custom made, it's really not that.
Before you do that, though, I would Google it. Like, they probably make something.
Oh, they definitely do.
Even like like a strip of silicone.
Yeah. But I know exactly what you mean. Those old pine built-ins.
Just put your silver in the top drawer so nothing falls in it.
Yeah. Good luck.
Does have character, though.
Okay.
Okay.
Good to know.
Let us know how it goes, Parker. We'd love to hear it.
Okay. Next one is from Joel. 2 questions. We have a family cabin built around the 1900s. It's a constant fight to keep it from sinking into the sandy soil composition we have in the northeast woods of Wisconsin. It's shored up on cinder blocks, but I need something more permanent. Any suggestions so that we aren't dealing with this every 5 years? My other question is about the horizontal board and batten siding. The original weatherproofing was to coat the wood in tar. I'm looking for an economical way to preserve the exterior of the cabin. The wood is not rotten, but is extremely dry.
Let's definitely break this into 2 parts.
Yeah. Give them number 1 in our new terminology.
Number 1, TMPs.
Yeah. Boom. Mic drop. Maggie, want to know what a TMP is?
A techno metal post?
Yeah. I'm so proud.
I did know that.
So did you hear the story? Your aunt and dad's good friend JJ came back from Alaska, and we're at the Bruins game. He's talking to us about TMPs and like all this stuff, and like I knew I should have known what he was talking about. I was like, oh yeah, and then I go, what's he talking about? Techno metal posts. We never heard it called that.
Yeah,
we love our techno metal posts.
We do love our techno metal posts, and this sounds like a perfect solution.
You never have to deal with it again.
Yeah,
mostly. Yeah,
you love them so much that even I read that question and I knew the answer.
That's a good dad. I'm proud of you both. They're not. They're actually I think for what you get, they're very economical. Don't let the price shock you. I mean, it's cheaper than putting sonotubes in, digging out a foundation.
So much.
I mean, it's by far the way to go.
It doesn't say how high off the ground it is, but I think that would be my only thing is you may have, if it's right on the ground, you're going to have to jack it up so that you can get a machine under there to put in the techno metal posts.
But not a lot.
Not a lot.
Because they'll come in sideways, push it up, and then you can actually, they have machines that can go through your doorway, cut a hole in the floor, put a new floor in.
And there's different sizes, different auger heads, so.
And just saying, if your cinder blocks are actually like this, so the holes are pointing up and down, start there.
Right. Get
it, Maggie. The earth could come up the room. Surface area, surface tension.
I understand.
It was a bad joke.
TMPs.
And the second question, thank you so much for leading us into like one of our sponsors.
Horizontal board and batten?
Oh yeah, horizontal.
I just sing the song to remember which one's horizontal, which one's vertical.
Sing it.
Normally it's vertical. We do a lot of vertical board and batten, which goes up and down.
Yeah.
And it's shiplap or not. No, it's just board. So it's not even shiplap. Now they do it shiplap. So that helps when the moisture content.
Yeah. But again, if it's Eastern white pine.
I think Benjamin Moore makes a product for either way, if it's horizontal or vertical.
Yeah.
Definitely not tar. The days of tar are long gone.
Yeah. This is a good plug for send us photos. Because
yeah, Joel.
Same thing with number 1, Parker. Your kitchen cabinets, it'd be great to see some photos. We could get a little more in depth. And horizontal board and batten with tar siding. With tar. So you think he means creosote?
Yeah.
I mean, I know people used to use motor oil. I mean,
they put that on the roads up north even 20 years ago. Dust.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd love to see it, but I mean, if it's dry, it's gonna soak up the material.
It's gonna soak up a lot of it.
And a lot of the new stuff, like the Benjamin Moore stuff, it's all science, the polymers and all that. Everything bonds together.
And water-based really has come a long way, or acrylic, latex, whatever you want to call it. It's come a long way. and oil-based seems to be getting more difficult to get your hand. Well,
Mhm.
for a while there was a supply issue. It was hard to get. It's pricey. It's messier.
Not as good for our environment. And
Not
you
as
don't
good
need
for
it
the
anymore.
environment. Yeah, and with the new water-based stuff, once you get it on, as long as you maintain,
Mhm.
then it's a decent product.
But send us some pictures and we'll come back to you guys.
Yes, before or after.
If it's 2024, back to the basics.
Oh,
Okay.
we have another one.
Yeah.
Oh, this has been a great.
Oh, Jeepers Creepers.
All right. This last one is from Scott. We recently purchased a rustic cabin on Lake Superior's North Shore. We have been working on it for 2 years. Finally, have the exterior logs refinished and a new roof. Now looking at a few improvements inside. The wood floors need work. Can't decide whether to sand and refinish or consider painting them. I have seen you paint some of the cabin floors on your show. Wonder if you have a product that has worked well for you and that you might recommend. If you have any related advice, all would be appreciated.
I think everybody Kevin Hunt's having his friends from Benjamin Moore send
Yeah.
questions.
He's like, all right, send in those paint questions ASAP. I think Benjamin Moore makes a great paint. The command line now, before we were using the polyurethane enamel, but that alkali polyurethane enamel, but this new command product, it's waterborne,
It's bulletproof.
it's bulletproof, and you can get funky with paints.
You know what I love? I love the floors. Our pine floors when you come in, they look great, but they're gonna get beat up. I love going to those old camps where there's so many layers of paint, and it's boards, and it's you drop water, you can mop it right up, and it goes right into the corners and everything. Like that's one of the best things about these old camps.
Yeah. Really, it depends on the type of floors. If it's softwood, just know that whatever you do, you're going to have to regularly maintain it. But it really depends on the look you're going for. Like you said, the old houses, painted floors, you see bare spots wearing through. You don't like it, you paint it another color. There's all sorts of stains. Just be careful if you don't sand the floors entirely and you put down some sort of polyurethane or some sort of stain. Anywhere that there's bare wood is going to darken and show off the defects a lot more. But again, if that's the look people are going for, you can easily get that.
It's called character.
How much character do you want?
Okay.
Maggie's got enough.
Good to know.
Someday you're gonna own your own house. And you're gonna and a light bulb's gonna be like, oh, I learned that on my podcast.
Yeah.
You'll never tell us that, but it's gonna happen.
Or she'll go back and watch in 20 years from now.
I hope not.
What did they say? I can't remember. All right, let's move on to trivia.
Okay.
Last week's trivia was hard.
Okay, yeah, it's a trick question.
Right.
On Thanksgiving Eve in 1898, the city of Portland was destroyed by what?
Do you know that they call the plumbers call either Thanksgiving or the day after Thanksgiving Brown Friday? It's the busiest day of the year for emergency plumber calls.
Really?
Yep.
Why is that relevant at all?
Because it's Thanksgiving. And what destroyed Portland?
Brown, I'm gonna say Brown Friday. a free buffet at DeMillo's.
Let's be done. I'm just gonna say the answer.
Sorry, DeMillo's, no disrespect.
It was a storm because the city of Portland
A shitstorm.
was. Can I just finish my question in peace, please?
I think Chase should get blood every time.
Please. Can I finish my question?
Okay.
The city of Portland was a boat.
Oh. Well, that's what you get for giving us a trick question.
No. Okay.
Leave it.
Now, this week's question, if I can have some peace. What ground cover has been planted in Aroostook County to arrest the erosion of soil?
Ooh, that could be a couple things.
That could be a trick question too.
Yeah, I think I know an answer.
I know what it's not. That game's too old to be fields of marijuana.
Okay.
It's a bad joke. Come on.
Hemp.
You guys are really hilarious today.
All right. If you think you know the answer, send it in to us at podcast@mainecabinmasters.com. First correct answer will win a very nice prize. And with that, I want to thank our sponsors, Hammond Lumber Company, Nelma, Benjamin Moore. Thank you to our guest, Katie Doherty. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you, Ryan. And from the Woodshed, we'll be talking to you.
From the Woodshed is brought to you by Nelma. See the stamp, trust quality. Hammond Lumber Company, our building materials supplier. And Benjamin Moore, the official paint and stain supplier of the Kennebec Cabin Company. Only available at locally owned stores.